Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Hammond here. Now, this is me trying out a new way to be able to share things with you this week, so bear with me if it goes a little bit wrong. But I am hoping that you can see me, hello, in the bottom corner, and you can also see my screen, which means I can explain to you this exciting job that we're going to do this week. So, hopefully, by the end of this week, we will have written our very own Traction Man adventure. But we don't need to worry about that just yet because we're not going to do any writing today at all, which I'm sure some of you will be quite pleased to know. Today, all we're going to do is play. But in order to do that properly, the first thing that we need to do is understand how Minnie Gray, the author of Traction Man, actually writes her books. Because as we play, we need to understand the structure that we need to use later on in our writing. And the more that we understand that today, the easier the writing is going to be for us throughout the rest of the week. So what I'm going to do now is talk to you through my presentation and show you how Minnie Gray structures her writing. And then these little bits that I'm going to talk to you about today, I want you to think about as you are playing and acting out your Traction Man adventure for today. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you a couple of Traction Man extracts, the two that you've been working on for the last week. So the first one is Traction Man was guarding some toast. He had volunteered for a special mission. Traction Man dived into the foamy waters of the sink wearing his sub-aqua suit, fluorescent flippers and infrared mask. He was searching for the wreck of the lost sieve. Oh no! The poisonous dishcloth enveloped Traction Man and tried to suffocate him. But what was that? Traction Man was saved by the brave little scrubbing brush. Well done, scrubbing brush. You can be my pet. Now, I'm hoping that you can see on my screen that I have actually sectioned this piece of writing into 4 parts. Now, let's see if I can change the colour of this for you to see. Let's make this bit blue at the top. This middle bit, let's make it red so we can see that's a different colour, and we'll leave that bottom bit black. Now I've sectioned that off into 3 different parts on purpose because this is how Minnie Gray structures her adventures for Traction Man. In this first bit, this is our introduction, okay? And in the introduction, Minnie Gray always introduces Traction Man and she tells us a few key pieces of information. She tells us whereabouts he is for his mission or adventure. In this case, if you have a little look, he's in the foamy waters of the sink. And she also tells us what he's wearing. So here, he's wearing his sub-aqua suit, fluorescent flippers, and infrared mask. Now, those things that he's wearing obviously have to be suitable for the types of things that he is doing and the places that he's visiting. So because he's going underwater, he needs to be wearing things that he can wear underwater. So this first bit up here, this blue bit, do you know what? I'm going to type it up here, is our introduction. And we must make sure that we include those key bits in our introduction. Now, this next bit I'm going to call our problem. And it's quite apt that it's red actually, because problems are usually where something goes wrong. Now, in the problem, we always find out what is going to go wrong. And usually that involves some kind of bad guy. Now, who thinks they know what the bad guy is in this section? That's right, it's our poisonous dishcloth. So in this case, the poisonous dishcloth is here, and he is going to envelop Traction Man. So that means he is going to wrap him up and try and suffocate him. So in this problem, in this section, we have met the bad guy. So when you come to thinking about your problem, you need to have a little think about what bad guy you would include in your story. And then this last bit is, it's got a posh word and I could write it, it's called the resolution. That means where the problem's solved. For today though, we'll call it our ending. And in the end, we find out how Traction Man saves the day. Or in this case, it's actually Scrubbing Brush. So they are the 3 key parts: the introduction, the problem, and the ending. And we have to have that structure in order for us to be able to write our own adventure.